Here we go. One woman, two men, one engagement, zero knowledge of how much time the other person spends on their phone. Let's do it! And we're back in the Dome of the Undateables. Each season, the most single people in the country gather, and that is way too excited for someone to get engaged who you've never met before. That is like, I'm getting engaged excitement. She needs to go 7 notches down. That is, we need to find her some help. This is a cry for help. Listen, the guy from Tinder wasn't your guy. It's okay. You're going to find someone. Jesse teases that something you've never seen on The Bachelorette is going to happen tonight. And this woman is like, is it me getting engaged? That's never been seen before by anyone on Earth or who's watched The Bachelorette. Maybe it could happen. Is there a secret admirer? So Jenn's whole family's here. Her mom, her aunt, her brother, the brother's wife. The brother and the wife sit next to each other as if they're not allowed to sleep in the same room on vacation. Like, those two have the sexual chemistry on that couch of two people who are 1 seat away from each other at a Delta Sky Club. So Jenn makes her big entrance, and we find out that's not her brother's wife. That is her friend who got the free trip to Hawaii. It's almost like she was like, can you just let people know I'm the friend, I'm not the wife? James is cool and all, but I don't want to give him the wrong message. He tried to sit close to me on the couch, and I had to move over. Jenn says that she's told both men that she loves them, and the mom, her reaction is perfect.
Have you told both of them? Yes, I have. Did they say they love you?
And you said you love them, and they said they love you, right? Okay, yeah, just checking. They've hung out with you, and they said they loved you. And then long pause from the family, still suspicious. Okay, well, one guy says it, and the other guy didn't. Oh, so that doesn't count. Okay, just checking. Just, you get carried away.
Today you're meeting Devin.
So she says, today you're meeting Devin, and this family is great at a suspicious gaze. They are just like, so is Devin an I love you one? Is Devin the maybe I love you one? We're just trying to figure this out. This is going to be a tough meeting for Devin. Look at a lot of suspicion. A lot of, I don't know. Okay, cool. So you got one I love you and one maybe. Look at, he's suspicious in both the lower camera and on the upper camera. In the future and the past, he doesn't buy it. So Devin goes first, and Devin goes with a 5-inch inseam on the shorts. If I'm him, I'm going for 7s because I can't have this much leg showing in front of a family I've never met. I mean, that's a lot of thigh on a couch that you've never even sat on. Things are already off to an awkward start. He gets like a half a hug. She wanted to avoid the sweat stain on Devin's back. She was like, yeah, I don't think we're there yet. I think I'm about a couple weeks away from bathing in your sweat. Devin really didn't think this outfit through. He's got buttons undone to his navel. Look at the mom. It's like, I can see the inside of your thigh. I mean, like, this is a lot of thigh hair with the mom. Look at, she was looking up. She's like, I'm going to stay on his eyes because if I look down, I won't be able to look away. So he sits spread eagle with the mom and aunt. And you can tell, she even puts a pillow on her lap. She's like, maybe you should do this like I do.
But for me, it's not so much the...
She's like, have you ever dated an Asian before? He's like, I'm Hispanic. She's like, in your culture, is it normal to show your left ball through your shorts in front of the new in-laws? Jenn's mom is not worried about any feelings. She says, how do you feel if you're not the final man? He's like, well, I'm going to close the curtains in my bedroom and go in there for about a week and be a lot of masturbation. I'll be needing a lot of lotions and tissue paper, and it's going to be a very sad time for me. I'll probably rely on alcohol a lot, but thanks for asking on this beautiful Hawaiian day. The mom asks if Devin likes Vietnamese culture. I don't know what the answer for this would be. It'd be very strange if she was like, no, he hates the Vietnamese people. It's actually quite weird that he's as in love with me as he is. He says he won't eat a banh mi. He hates pho, just not into it, but seems to like me. I love this mom. She goes, do you like him so far? Long pause, long pause. We'll see. I think you need more time. No, I asked if you liked him, Mom. I think you need more time. That's a great way. That's such a mom way to not answer. Do you like him? I think you need more time for me to like him. So the mom is just not sold on how much time that they've spent together. She says in Vietnamese culture, this is not enough time. Mom, I know the Bachelorette feels like it's McDonald's and very much the cheeseburger and, you know, American as apple pie, but we think this is weird too. We agree with you. This show concept is bizarre to Americans born here and those who have immigrated here. James, the brother, looks very much like a guy who works at Goldman Sachs and used his lunch break to give Devin 15 minutes to pitch himself on being an intern this summer. Like, oh, okay, so a state school. Good for you. Yeah, no, I went to Penn, but I guess we all got to go to school somewhere. I want to thank the Bachelor producers for placing this little TV here in front of Devin's would-be camel toe, because if this wasn't here, all we would be able to look at is his thigh meat. We wouldn't even listen to a word he's saying. And also, thank you, Devin. I will never wear shorts to meet someone's parents ever for the rest of my life. I don't care if it's 300 degrees out. I will be ankles, knees, and thighs covered. I am not going to take this chance that I'm just going to be having my thighs smushed out on a couch in front of a brother while I confess my love about his, sister. Devin asked for the brother's blessing, and he says no on both screens.
Definitely not gonna give the blessing now.
No, it's like, oh, okay, still on him.
It's not because I'm not sure about you. It's because I haven't talked to you.
And Devin gives a massive no worries.
Understand, but
totally get it.
The fact that you asked, and I love that actually. So thank you.
I love that you.
And again,
he says no problem. Yeah, no problem. No, we're cool. No, that's no issue. It's not like I was asking to marry your sister. Thank you for appreciating that I asked. That's exactly what you want when you ask for a blessing. You want a no followed by a good for you for asking. Devin and Jenn leave the meeting with her parents, and there is a chit-chat bench. Uh-oh. If I saw that bench, I'd be like, hey, we don't need to sit down. Just direct me to the Chevy that I can get into, and I'll start calling Delta to make sure I can get an aisle seat. I know what the bench means. So they make out and exchange I love yous. We get a free show to the white meat down here. I gotta say, the shorts are just too short. Like, they're touching the bench. He's gotta, they had to have been peeled off of that chit-chat bench. If I'm him, I'm like, is that leather seating? Yeah, I'm gonna need a towel put down so that I don't stick to the leather seating. Can we get a towel, please? Look, he doesn't even want to get in. He's like, no. Oh, no, leather seating. Yup, I'm going to be in trouble. These thighs are about to burn. So our sweet baby Hakeem is here, and Jesse asks him a few questions. To me, there's only one question to ask Hakeem. Hey, Hakeem, I know it's September 3rd and you're excited for fall, but why are you dressed like it's December 25th? Why are you dressed like you're going to go to Rockefeller Center and check out the tree on a night where there's flurries in the sky? So now it's Marcus's turn to meet the family who isn't buying this whole process. Devin's the one who said I love you and says it over and over again. Let's see how the mom and the sister react to the guy who's not so sure. It looks like they're like getting their suspicious faces ready. Like they're like, okay, this is what we're going to look like when he doesn't say I love you. All right, this is what we're going to look like when he says that he'd like to have a family. Okay, this is what we're going to look like when he says she's a great girl. Marcus plays this whole thing correctly. He comes in pants, first of all, unlike Devin in casual shorts. And then he goes into, yeah, I love your daughter, but I also love this country. I was actually an Army Ranger who was once in the foster program and then almost died defending your land, okay? You guys live in America too. And they're like, oh, okay, yes. Like, if I'm Marcus, I'm getting them to the point of saluting me. I am going so hard in the paint of I'm an American hero that they have to love me. Jenn's mom and aunt are really good at this. They ask one question and this guy is broken. They're like, could you see yourself falling in love with Jenn? And he's like, listen, I'm going to get there. I swear. I'm going to get there. Then they just stare. They don't even break eye contact. And he just keeps going and going. They're like, and he's like, are you going to say something? Can you guys talk? I don't even say I love you to my jeans that fit me really well. Just talk to me. Just say it's okay. Just at least nod. Do you guys even breathe? The brother asks if Marcus is giving her the love she needs.
Giving you the love that you need right now.
Look at this woman. Just this person that literally doesn't even know Jenn. She's just shaking her head like, no, she's not getting the love she needs. I can tell from TV. I can tell from home at my couch. He doesn't give her the love she needs. This is how hard it is, I think, to be a woman, where some rando woman is like, no, if she dates him, she is a loser idiot who will never feel love, and I will be judging her forever for that. So Jenn then brings Marcus to the chit-chat bench, and this guy will not break. He will not say, I love you. Honestly, he's the type of guy I'd want defending this country, because he ain't gonna break. He ain't gonna tell our secrets. He won't even tell this woman he loves her just so that she'll stop asking him if he loves her. Like, he's keeping the nuclear codes. This is great. Look at, she's even sitting on top of him. I'd be like, hey, there's a whole chit-chat bench you could sit on. He is not to be broken. Jenn even tries to get him with an I love you while he's not on guard. And he goes, I know. I heard you the 17 times on the bench while you were sitting on my leg. No, I know. Not going to get me on that one. You love me, and I am still not sure. I'll see it when we get engaged. So we go back to Jenn's room, and she's writing in her diary. She's like, Dear diary, Devin wants to start talking about what flowers we'll choose for our wedding day. Marcus isn't sure if he likes me. What to do? Even the diary would be like, Jenn, are you out of your fucking mind? Do you want to get married? You go with Devin. It's over. So Jenn and Devin go on this like spiritual journey date. And you gotta say that whenever someone's spiritual, you can always tell. It doesn't matter where they're from. Hawaii, Florida, Connecticut, Santa Fe, Portland, Oregon. You can always tell who's taking a crystal and rubbing it on the nipple. You can always see it. These women are the same as the other women that you'd find in Maine. So they're sent by the crystal women to go find a lava rock that represents their fear. If I'm them, I'm so mad. I'm like, come on, it's our last day at the beach. Can't we do a sunset cruise with like a Mai Tai or something? We gotta be out here looking for rocks. Come on, I only get so much PTO. This is all starting to feel made up on the fly. The crystal women were like, take a rock that represents your fear and throw it in the ocean. It's a little too on the nose. Like, it kind of feels like these crystal women like somehow con their way into having this job, and they're like, yeah, just put on the toga and we'll tell them to throw a rock in the ocean and they're going to pay us $5,000. Come on. We got to make union. We got to make sure we get our health insurance with the Screen Actors Guild. It really does feel made up. They're like, go into the ocean and dunk underwater and wash yourself of your fears and put your right hand in and your left hand in and you shake it all about. Do the hokey pokey and you'll be fearless throughout. You are cured. We'll take our money now. So we flash back to New Zealand where the shaman there gave Devin this gift that he's to give to someone that's very important to him. And then he gives it to Jenn. And it's almost like an engaged to be engaged situation. And she's like, this means a lot to me. I don't know. If he had gotten it not on the show, I'd be like, okay, this kind of feels like he picked it up at the airport in New Zealand. I know the shaman gave it to him, but like, it's not like he gave it to someone he met off the show. This is all kind of show based. And then she kisses him like she's going to dump him. So then they say goodbye, and he watches her walk down the longest hallway that's ever been created. I'd be annoyed. I'd be like, hey, yeah, go in the room. Come on, I gotta let loose the fart I've been holding in for the last hour while we were on your couch. The one thing I respect about this whole process is how long they go without a cell phone. Like, I don't even know what they think about on a daily basis. Imagine being on this bench with just no phone. You just sit there and stare off. I would have the back of every shampoo literally memorized by this point. I'd be reading everything I could. I would know literally what year this table was made and who made it. Jesse comes over and talks to Marcus, and he's like, so how long do you think this conversation is going to take? Because I got 2 tea times. The first one, I'd be cutting it close. The second one isn't for another hour and a half, and I don't want to have to wait all day. So can you hurry it along and tell me you don't love Jenn in a quicker way? Jesse tries to hurry this along. Look at this question.
More that you're in love with Jenn, you're just afraid to tell her, or you're just not sure still if you're in love with her?
Part of me.
Marcus has told literally everyone on this island that he's not in love with Jenn. At what point is he like, what am I doing here? I'm not going to go on. What do you think? You're going to meet with one shaman with her on the last date and go, aha, we're in love. Let's get married. It's over, dude. Leave. Get out. Get on the next canoe out of here. Marcus says he's still torn, and look at the reaction of this woman. I mean, that woman, look at Jesse keeps a straight face. He's like, you've never been so torn. You can see, he's like, God damn it, I'm missing that tea time. And this woman is just the face of a nation. You went to the fantasy suite. You're on Hawaii. You're on a vacation, a once in a lifetime experience. You're still torn. You still don't know you met her family. Get out of here. Jenn goes and approaches Marcus at his room, and it's a classic. She's trying to get him to break up with her, or she's going to have to break up with herself. She's asked every question. He's given 0 answers. The women in the Dome of the Undateables are getting angry and annoyed. They're like, just end it. End it. Now. Cut his head off. And she's going to have to say, okay, you don't love me, so I'm going to have to dump you. And she won't do it. So Marcus says he wants to have a family and he wants to find his person, and then Jenn's like, is that with me? And then these 2 girls just laugh at her.
I know that, but is that with me?
And look at the mean girls. They're like, with you? Who could love you? And then they show Joan, who looks like a mascot for I'll have a Chardonnay.
Like, I know that. I love you.
Oh, he said it. Look at, she's like, really? You love me? It's like, Jenn, you just begged him to say that for the last 12 weeks. You can't just forget that there was a lot of exhaustion that went into those 3 words. She's like, oh, I guess I forget everything. Goodbye, Devin, who's madly in love with me. He kind of sort of said it. Look at, she's totally sold. He's like, did I just, I said it?
The type of person that fights.
He's realizing, I've been broken. Jenn is confused as to why Marcus's I love you doesn't feel better. She's like, why didn't I love you after begging for it for 2 weeks not feel great? It's like she ate a bunch of Taco Bell and she's like, why does my stomach hurt? I thought I was hungry. And I ate the food. Who cares that it was Taco Bell and came out of a chemical waste plant? It's food, though. It's like, yeah, not all I love yous are the same, Jenn. So now Jenn's dumping Marcus, but Marcus really forced her to dump him. And now she's considering it like this power move. She's like, I'm done. I'm done after forcing you to say I love you. Now I'm done. I don't like how it feels. And look at the Dome of the Undateables. They are like, she's our queen. She's our powerful queen. She did it. It's like Marcus made this all happen. He wanted to be dumped. He's like, no, I get it. Listen, I'm going to have sex with a lot of women from my DMs to get over this, but we're all going to find our journey. We're all going to figure this out. So Marcus comes back to the couch after he forces Jenn to dump him. And I feel for Marcus because we have a very similar problem. Both of us have a mustache that grows in faster than the rest of our beard. So he's probably asked a lot like I am, oh, growing a mustache? Going for a mustache thing? And you have to be like, no, No, when it grows in a little bit, I'll shave just the upper lip and the other stuff can catch up, and then it looks normal. He is caught between a fresh shave day and a grow-in day where it looks like he's wearing a mustache. I feel for him. This is a tough moment. I have this all the time. So they bring in Jenn, and the dome of the Undateables goes wild. Standing ovation. They treat her as if she is their queen. She looks fantastic, and everyone is really giving it up for Jenn, except for her mom, who is not clapping at all. They're all like, Jenn, we love you. Everything you do is perfect. The mom is like, I told her not to walk like that. So we go back to Hawaii to see if Jenn proposes to Devin. This is the most unrelatable get out of bed in the morning that I have ever seen in my entire life. Her hair's perfect. The sheets are basically, the bed's still made. When I get out of bed, the sheets are everywhere. My hair's a mess. There's wrappers next to me. There's enough wrappers that it looks like I made a shape of my wife out of food wrappers. My testicle is over my left shoulder. No. This is not how people wake up. She goes to look at her wedding dress. If I'm her, I'm like, how am I going to get this dress down? She's like, I hope someone comes and lifts me up to take this hanger off the top of the door, or else no one's showing up to that engagement. So now Devin is going to meet with the corpse of Neil Lane. Wow, and he gets a huge ovation from the Dome of the Undateables. He's like, thank you all for paying for my private jet.
Engagement's on the line.
How about Neil Lane living longer than Chris Harrison? Who would have thunk it?
Wow.
This guy, and he looks great. He's getting the lighting that they use for the Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette. That orange glow lighting that they give to them to make them look like they're dead here on Earth. Good for Neil Lane. Look at that. Look at, he's getting that glow that they give to Joan in the commercial. So they're looking at rings and they're discussing what Jenn likes. If I'm Devin, I'm like, do you have any rings with a fuzzy shawl ornament wrapped around it? She really likes a fuzzy shawl. Is there a ring that kind of looks like a fuzzy shawl or represents a fuzzy shawl? This is a fun moment for all the boyfriends out there that are watching with their girlfriend. They get to hear how judgy they get about a ring. Because Devin's going off the radar. That's not like a normal diamond. There's gold. It's a little yellow. Right now you're learning who your girlfriend is. She's growling she hates this ring so much.
What do you want to do?
Jenn says
I'm not gonna let Devin propose to
she's
me.
not going to let him propose. Nuh-uh.
I'm gonna propose to Devin.
And the Dome of the Undateables goes wild. They're like, yes! Yes! Castrate this man! Cut him at the knees! Take away the one thing he has! I'm gonna get on a knee. I'm gonna make sure that all his friends and family see him get proposed to, as if he just lost his fantasy football league and this was his punishment. They won't show the proposal. They come back to the show. Jen's hysterically crying. This woman behind her just like can't believe it. She's like, she doesn't even know why she's crying. This woman, I think that might be a statue. Like, this woman is reacting so much to someone she doesn't know. I mean, you're the drama. This woman doesn't care at all. She's like, can someone just say what happened? Jenn says they were engaged when they left Hawaii. Then suddenly he's inconsistent. He's not texting. He's not introducing her to their friends. And the Dome is just not happy with Devin. They are like, she's telling the right crowd. This is the home of people who are texting with someone who's not really texting them back as much anymore. So Jenn says Devin broke off the engagement over the phone. He was a different person. He was saying, I love you. Then he took it back. These three guys look like they know more than they're going to say. They're like, just don't make eye contact with her. Just look straight ahead. We know nothing. We're not even in a fantasy football league with Devin. Yes, we are, but we're not going to say we are. We don't even make eye contact with his fantasy football team. We don't even look at it. So Jenn and Devin are broken up and they're about to bring him out. He better be in the Pope Mobile because the Dome of the Undateables is not going to be happy with him. Here's his entrance. He's booed by the Dome. Hiss! Hiss! Boo! It's like Hollywood Hulk Hogan coming out after turning heel. The Dome of the Undateables is a cold place right now for Devo.
We decided not
Oh my.
because we felt like it was
He even has the evil guy beard going. He's going full bad guy.
Have made him a legend in professional wrestling, a legend that grows with his...
So Jenn says he ends it over the phone. Next day he's following girls on Instagram. Then this is the bomb.
You following girls on Instagram, not just any girl, but Maria.
The Dome. Someone screamed in the Dome of the Undateables. They heard Maria. Look at this girl. I knew it. She knew it all along. That's the I knew it face. That is the friend who knew it. I told you he stunk from minute one. I knew that he was going to go run into Maria the minute he got an Instagram following. Look at that face. The face of I knew. Devin tries to explain himself.
The Instagram follow.
Can't excuse the Instagram follow.
That hurt you and,
So you did it to be cruel?
no, I did not.
No, I have a penis. That's why I did it. The penis was in control of my hand. I went and hit that follow button even though her profile's public and there's really no reason to follow her other than to let her know that I'm a single guy and would go on a date with her if she was into it. But that's it.
Next thing I know, you're in New York clubbing with Jeremy.
Oh, he was clubbing with Jewish Jeremy. He's got no explanation. Look at Jewish Jeremy's like sitting there in the crowd.
Process my emotions. This
He's
makes
like, it wasn't a club. It was a Locks Club event. It's a lot of 25-year-old Jewish girls that I went to camp with. And Devin kind of looks Jewish enough. So I knew he'd be able to hook up because they're all kind of hopped up on their mom and dad telling them to get a boyfriend. Jenn has Devin in a headlock. He has no explanation. He doesn't even have a story for what happened when things ended. Look at this woman is loving every second. She's like, I don't need my vibrator anymore. I'm just going to replay this moment of you crushing Devin, and I won't even touch myself. I'll just explode all over the place. This is a really bad day for all of us guys with dad bods and great personalities. Devin was our king. He was the one that represented us all. And then, just like they say, you tell a mediocre guy he's hot, the minute he gets 40,000 Instagram followers, he's going to be out of this thing faster than you can choose the pass-around hors d'oeuvres at the cocktail hour. Tough day for us. Jesse tries to pick up the pieces for Jenn. He's like, you're a strong, wonderful woman. And the Dome of the Undateables cheers for her. They bring her back into their embrace. They're like, you're single like us again. One of us. One of us, welcome back to the Dome. And Devin's like, you're a wonderful woman for someone else. I'm sure you'll find someone. Just don't bother me while I'm at the club with Jewish Jeremy. And then Jesse's like, hey, want to watch When You Were Happy Before? Let's watch you guys get engaged. Now that we know the ending, and they're going to watch the engagement. Why would we do this? We don't need to watch this. We know what happens. They're like, hey, let's watch Devin lie again and make him sit here the whole time. Hey, don't do this to her. This is truly unbelievable. They're going to show the proposal, and they're also going to show them watching the proposal after they've broken up. It's the best day of their life and the worst day of their life in a split screen. This is like if you put a video of me having pizza and putting hot sauce on it at 3 a.m, and then another video on the left side of me on the toilet screaming to the heavens. Why would I do that to myself? Showing this after we already know they broke up is wild. Like, Devin's sitting here being like, I wonder if I'll get a blue check mark before the show airs, or do I have to wait until after it airs? Because I want Maria to see my message amongst all the other messages.
I can't let you propose to me.
It's funny that like 20 minutes ago, I thought this was like kind of mean of her to be like, take away the proposal and to mess with him. And now I'm like, yeah, he kind of deserves to be messed with a little bit. You proposed to him. Maybe this is when he decided that they shouldn't get engaged. This would have been my play. I would have been like, well, the minute you got on a knee and took away that moment from me, I didn't really know what the dynamic was in this relationship. I kind of saw this as a me get on the knee type of relationship. That was the play for Devin. That's really the lie he could have won this a little bit better with. Oh, she says she wants to grow old with him. Well, you're going to grow to 25 and a half with Devin. So you'll be older, just not old. You won't be golden bachelorette old. You'll be 10 minutes from now older. Maybe this is why they still showed the engagement. Neil Lane had a contract to get fulfilled. Like, he still needed his plug here. Neil Lane's sitting in the corner and be like, marriage and no marriage. Neil gets his money. This is usually the moment where they bring in the Dome of the Undateables. Everyone cheers. No one's even... You don't even hear a peep from the Dome. All you can hear is all the people in the Dome of the Undateables cracking their knuckles, ready to fight for Jenn. And get ready to come back to the Dome. They go from pure bliss to literally hell on earth. No one's even making a sound.
And obviously in light of...
Look at, he's looking at her like, are we done here yet? Can you let me off the hook? Can I go? Can I open Instagram and see if anyone's messaged me yet? Watch Jesse Palmer try to spin this.
Hope is that when you do see that back, a small part of you feels empowered.
Jesse's really putting lipstick on a pig. He's like, I hope you watched yourself getting proposed to, and it feels empowered. Some people never get proposed to. Look at the whole Dome of the Undateables. No one here has even felt love from another person in their lives, and you got it once. And that's it for The Bachelorette. And that's it for me. Thank you all for such a great season and for tuning in with me every week. I will be back for the Golden Bachelorette whenever that should begin. Goodbye, everybody.